What's up everyone, Lion Roar here, and in today's video I'm going to give you a comprehensive guide on marriage and how to transfer traits the easy way. But first, download Bloodline Heroes of Lithis, a mobile RPG action fighting game where you can marry your champions to create new and unique hybrids. Use the link in the description to start with some free stuff, including gold and diamonds. And I'd be honored to have you join my server so you can play alongside me. Simply click on your profile, settings, then change your server to S462. See you hopefully soon. Alright, so one of the things that's unique about Bloodline is your ability to marry champions to one another and pass along traits to their offspring. I think it's a really cool mechanic. So what you're going to need is, of course, another hero of the opposite gender in order to pair them with to get that offspring. Now, I just got a Dravpaul. There's a trait that I really want on this Dravpaul, and that is Brutal. One of the best traits in the game, and most of the ultimates and specials really rely on it. So I'm going to need to go find a male with a highly leveled Brutal trait to try and pass that along. And if you follow my steps, you can almost guarantee that you're going to get that trait on the champion of your choice. I say almost because there is a chance you can pass the clan trait along. It's that special colored one that has, swirling magic around it. On this one, it's called Fighting Will. But you could transfer another clan's trait onto this one in a very special mechanism that can potentially really power a hero up. But make sure you're subscribed because that's not today's video. I'll show you how to do that in a different video. So really, you can get this other champion through summoning. Or perhaps a better way is to go level up your companions so that you can pinpoint and target ones that you can create over and over and over and over again by courting them and then raising the heirs. The two best ones for this are Trevane and also Yivnian. Now the reason is because Trevane and Yivnian are 1-star and 2 stars respectively, so it's easier to level them up with intimacy to get mythic and potentially even level 22 traits to transfer on. Let me show you in my roster. So you're going to notice that I have a whole lot of Trevane and Yivnian that I've created, and I know their traits are highly leveled because I gave them a lot of intimacy, so all the traits are between level 20 and 22, but I value the highest level ones, so I have found a mechanism that I use to identify which ones have the traits that I'm really looking for. Do you see how some of these are level 1, some are level 2, some are 3, and some are 4, and that's because they have traits that I usually value. So like at 2, I know all of my mythic feeders have a level 22 honorable. And at 3, I know that they all have a level 22 energetic. And then the one we're looking for, I've tagged all of them at 4 because I know they have level 22 brutal, which is the trait I'm looking for that I want to put on Dravpaul. Now, the easiest way to do this is to find a feeder that has similar traits already, because you can't transfer the same traits over to the hero, so that helps to isolate the one that you want. If you remember, our Dravpaul has energetic, bestial, athletic, and honorable. The only two that are different here, of course, are noble and brutal. So bestial and energetic are not going to transfer over. But what I want to do is I want to go find a common champion, a female, to marry to him to get rid of that noble and make it either athletic or honorable in order to match the Dravpaul. That makes sure that brutal is going to be the only trait that transfers over from Trevane onto the Dravpaul. So we're going to go look for a common. They're very, very important champions. Don't feed your commons away. They're vital to this process. But before we go find the common, here's another trick. I'm going to go and level this Trevane up to level 5, because now that tells me that of all the Trevanes I have, when I'm doing the marriage, I can easily find him because he's the only one at level 5. I want to make sure that I'm marrying the right champion to my Dravpaul. All right, let's go find the common. So you can see I use the same numbering system with the commons to easily find the ones that have the valuable traits. But I leave the other ones at 1. And so like athletic is not one that I usually find to be super valuable. So I had to look through all my ones to find that. But athletic is one of the traits that I want to transfer over to the male Trevane. And here it is on a female Trevane. So if you can get one of the same clan, that's best because they have the same exact clan trait. And sometimes the clan trait's going to transfer over if you're using different champions. So while you might not have the convenience of having like the two Trevanes like this to do it, that just means inconvenience because, well, a clan trait can transfer and that just is annoying because then you have to go back and do it again. But here we have an athletic and agile. We know agile's not going to transfer to the other Trevane. I'm going to go level this up to 5 as well, because that tells me now I've got 2 level 5 Trevanes to marry to one another to transfer the trait over. So let's do that marriage. It's important that you don't mess this up. You want to select the male Trevane, or the champion that has the trait you ultimately want to transfer to your target champion. Click on marriage, and then go find that common. I like to filter it just like this. And now I'm looking for the female Trevane that's ranked at number 5 because I know that that one has athletic. So there it is. So I'm going to click on that. And this is going to give me a 100% chance of transferring that athletic trait in place of noble. So I'm going to click marry. Confirm.
The guardians of the Elder Woods are
And now I have a male Trevane who has 3 of the same traits as the Dravpal: energetic, athletic, and bestial, so that we can transfer brutal over. Now we need to go select the Dravpal. Once you've selected your target hero, click on marriage again. And now we're going to go find that level 5 Trevane. And another easy way to find the champion that you just put that other trait on is to look for the little silver icon in the upper right hand corner, because that means that it's already been married, so it has some vigor. But here's the level 5 Trevane that we just worked on, and now you're going to replace the one trait on the Dravpal that is not like the others. So I'm going to click on honorable, and that's a good trait. I'm sad to see it go, but quite honestly, when I work on this Dravpal, I'm going to be putting a higher leveled honorable on it anyway, so that's okay. But now you can see when I select honorable, only brutal is left as a trait that can transfer, with the exception being agile. So once in a while you can get the special clan trait to transfer over, and quite honestly, like I said at the beginning, I want that. I'm happy with either of these traits going on to Dravpal, because eventually I'm going to put agile on Dravpal anyway. So this is a win-win. I'm either going to get brutal, which is what I'm going for this time, or I'm going to get agile and have a faster attack speed for my Dravpal. Let's see what happens. Oh, look at that. That is so funny. Oh my gosh, we got we got the clan trait. Now, usually that's a very, very small chance. So, you typically have to sit there and just kind of like raw dog it and like feed mythic champions to it over and over and over again until eventually a clan trait transfers. We got it on the first time here. So all that work to get the brutal, and we got the agile anyway. But like I said, it's a win-win. That's a trait that I want on this champion, and I got it. So now what I'm going to have to do is go back and do this again with brutal until I can get it to transfer on. And then I'm also looking at transferring the focused special on, the focused clan trait, so that this is a really much faster champion. Focused also increases the speed of energy gain. And then I want a higher level honorable on this too. So let's see if I can work on that and get that all ironed out. All right, so after repeating that process several times, I was able to get my level 22 brutal on Dravpal, along with an upgraded honorable level 22 and another clan trait, focused, which is the one I wanted to put in that hybrid slot. So you're going to see that my Dravpal changed appearance. If you want to know how to change the appearance of your champions by creating hybrids, then make sure you're subscribed, because I'm going to put a video out about that too. All right, if you enjoy videos like this, make sure to like, subscribe, and hit that bell notification, and I will catch you in the next one.